Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Well, you shouldn't be able to see me, but I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. And hello, chat. Hey, everybody that's here nice and early. Thank you for joining. We're going to be going in just a moment, but before we get started, I need to know if it sounds good and all that other fun stuff. We're also voting right now on what we're making today, because I don't know what I'm going to make. It's up to you. So if you want to vote, we're voting between making something from our season Photosynthesis, which is themed around plants, our season of Land Before Twine, so themed around dinosaurs, our Under the Sea season, so themed around fish, or our Sweet Stitches season, themed around pastries. So I'm going to take one of those patterns and spookify it, and we're going to make it into a spooky something. But that's going to be up to you guys to decide. So we got a lot of voting going on today, and yeah, so if you can, please vote down in the chat, and let me know how my audio sounds and everything like that. I'm going to get going in just a moment while you guys vote for that. Okay, all right, be on in just a sec. Oh, also like this video if you haven't already liked it. Doi. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Shoo-be-doo-wop-doo-wah. This one. Hey, everybody. Hello, it's me up here in the corner. No, up here. Hey, over here. Hi. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday and a wonderful, Halloween season, little spooky season. It's been a second since I've done a live stream because, I took a week off and stuff like that. So thank you guys all for joining. I hope you guys are having a great day. And today we are going to be making some fun stuff. Sorry, I'm busy looking at the chat. Hi, chat. Hey, everybody. Patricia's making a candy corn. Well, thanks for making a candy corn with us. Okay, so here's the dealio today. Today, I'm making whatever you guys really want me to make. So we are voting right now on what to make into a spookified version of it. We've had some pretty good success in the past few live streams with spookifying some of our past dinosaurs, but I think it's time to make some other patterns spooky. So go ahead and vote now in the chat for which of our seasons we want to make spooky. We're voting between Photosynthesis, that's our plant season, a dinosaur, a fish or under the sea critter, and a what's the last one? Pastries. That's it. Our Sweet Stitches season. So we're gonna vote between those. While you guys are voting, we're gonna choose one of those first, And then once we choose one of those, we're going to kind of figure out what we want to make in that season. And while we're all figuring that out, I'm going to be making a bunch of little skulls while we figure out what we're going to do. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. Hello, hello. Hey, Zoe. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Tina. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, hello, everybody. Oh, thank you for the little hearts. That's so cool. Okay, so yeah, so that's the plan. So a few things to go over before we get started. The first is that if you like this video, prove it. Like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with live streams like this. If you hit the like button, let's see, what should our goal be today, guys? Let's try to go for like I don't know, how many do we have? Let's try to go for 100 likes. Pretty low, you know, like not too crazy. If we get 100 likes in this live stream, then I will do a giveaway next live stream. I feel like that's fair. That seems fair. Other things that you can do to support this channel, if you want to support monetarily, well, thank you so much. That is really cool of you. If you want to support monetarily, there's a few ways you can do so. The first way is with a Club Crochet membership. That's probably the best way to support this channel monetarily. Members get early access to future patterns. They get access to the exclusive library of tutorials. We have a bunch of exclusive features and tutorials that are for members, and you get a discount in the shop. There's a whole bunch that you get. Memberships start only $5 a month. You can even get a free trial if you're interested. And you can learn more just going to clubcrochet.com. In fact, if you go right here, clubcrochet.com/Halloween, you'll find all of our Halloween-themed patterns. And there's actually a lot. I do a lot of Halloween-themed patterns. So, you know, if you want to support monetarily, a membership is a great way to do so. You can also support by purchasing merch, kits, and materials in the shop. We have a bunch of different kits available, from dinosaur crochet kits to our new seasonal crochet kits. We do a new seasonal crochet kit every season. We just finished up the Land Before Twine season. We're currently in a seasonal refresher, which is a new thing that I'm doing between seasons so that I can catch up on the next season, but also so that I can focus on patterns and projects that I didn't get to in the previous seasons. So in this seasonal refresher, obviously we're making some Halloween themed patterns. We're making some other patterns from some of the past seasons that we never got to release because it was just too tight of a deadline. So like we're making little cupcakes and things like that. So if you want to support monetarily, it's a great way to support is with a membership or by purchasing kits and merch. By the way, there's a bunch of different merch. There's pins and there's a bunch of stuff. You can find them all at clubcrochet.com. Okay, so that's me pleading for your money, please. Oh, wait, one more thing. You can also support... Oh, where'd my face go? I disappeared. Oh, I see. I see. I don't know why I disappeared, but I did disappear. Hold on. I'm fixing this. Why did we disappear? Where did the camera go? See, I've been waiting all day for a special camera to get in the mail, but apparently it didn't want to come in time, and now we are cameraless. Because I don't know why. There we go. I don't know why I look so terrible, but at least I fixed it. That's weird. And we'll turn up this way. Okay, well, fixed it. I also dropped something, I don't know what. Okay, so there is a few things that I wanted to share that are new to the website. We have a brand new pattern. Look at how cool this pattern is. It's one of my favorite things that I've designed in a long time. It's our newest addition to our Amigurumi challenge, which is a challenge that I make a pattern in less than 100 stitches with no sewing at all. Other than to sew it closed. The newest one right here is for a little itty bitty skull. It's insane, made with only 40 stitches. We're going to be making a bunch of these today while we figure out what we want to crochet for the live stream itself. Looks like we probably have enough votes to decide on what our season is. So, cool. Yeah, looks like we got plants. All right, cool. So you guys want to make a plant, a spookified plant. Here's what I want from the chat now. I want some suggestions from the chat. I'm looking for ideas of how to make a plant spooky. So our season of plants, I think we could do a cactus. I think that would be a lot of fun. We could do, hold on, I'm trying to grab a pen. Ba-ba-ba. Ah, here we go. I'm gonna open a new pack of pens because why not? I just bought these because I keep losing my pens. There we go. Okay. So we can make a cactus. We can make a succulent. We could try to make a bonsai tree. That might be a little bit much, but a spooky bonsai tree could be pretty fun. Spooky bonsai. We could do a what other things were from that season? Oh, see, I knew you guys were gonna get somewhere. You guys are so clever. Okay, so wait, hold on. Zoe's got a great idea. We've got ghost plant. That's a great idea. Zoe thinks we should make a cactus, like a cat cactus, but a black it's hard for me to say. A black cactus. It sounds like I'm saying. Sounds weird, but I really like that idea. I think we can keep coming up with ideas like that. So chat, I need ideas just like this. Something that is both a plant and also spooky. So a ghost, like is there a ghost plants out there? That could be pretty fun. We could make a mummy plant. Probably cactuses. Cactus would be the easiest one for me to make. So let's go with a cactus. If you can think of some good ideas for cactuses. I mean, we can even just do like a flat cactus that's white with a ghostly face in it. Even that is something that could work. A ghost tree could work, like from what's that movie? Like the tree from Nightmare Before Christmas. That could totally work too. In the meantime, while you guys are choosing and helping me come up with ideas here, we're going to be making some skulls. And I'm just going to start with just a base skull. And you guys are going to see, this is one of the coolest patterns ever. A ghost pepper. That's good. A vampire plant. Okay, wait. Both of those are pretty good. Okay, wait. Hold on. Ghost pepper. That's funny. What other one? A Venus flytrap plant. That's a good idea. Like Venus flytrap. That is also a vampire. Vampire Venus flytrap. That's really good. Eyeball flowers. That's kind of fun. I like that. Eyeball flowers. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're definitely getting somewhere. Keep them coming, guys. In the meantime, let's make a few different little skulls for y'all. Skulls for y'alls. This pattern is so cool, though. I really think you guys are going to enjoy it. I mean, just for the fact that like these are extremely addicting to make because they take no time at all to crochet. It's just 40 stitches. That's it. And you just do it in a row. I did a speed run of this. To see like, okay, let's see how fast I could possibly crochet one of these. And my high score is 4 minutes and 49 seconds for a little skull, which is pretty good. I really am starting to like the Venus flytrap idea because we can even include little skulls in the mouths of the Venus flytraps, which would be a lot of fun. Or just like spread out around it. We could include like, I'm really digging the idea of a Venus flytrap. I think that's a really fun idea and something I've always wanted to like kind of add to the photosynthesis season 2, and it's got, you know, that spooky theme a little bit. Also, eyeball flowers. Yeah, that would be good too. I mean, we can do both. You know, we can do Venus flytraps with eyeball flowers coming out, like a little spooky bouquet. A spooky. Oh my gosh, you guys, we can make a spooky. That's what we should do. Spooky bouquet. I am liking this. I am liking this idea. Okay, so we got a spooky bouquet of eyeball flowers, a Venus flytrap. All right, we're making progress here. What other kind of spooky plants could we add to this? We could put Yeah, we could put a ghost thing, I guess. Or we could do, like... Let's see, what other kind of ghostly things could we... Or not ghostly, like other kind of creatures. Like mummy-themed. What else could be spooky in a plant? Like... Venus flytrap, yeah, skull. Yeah, and of course skulls around the base. Irises. All right, yeah, like the flower. Oh my gosh, Crafty Tibbles has one that's called the Spooky. Okay, that's great. That's great. Love that. I love Crafty Tibbles. I've been trying to work with them for a long time, but they aren't really interested, and I get it. But I really love everything they make. If you guys haven't heard of Crafty Tibbles before, they're an Instagram creator that makes a lot of really cool amigurumi patterns that are just so fun. Such a fun dude. Tulips could look ghostly upside down. Truth. That's a good idea. Zombies. So some kind of zombie plant. I mean, we could even put like a little arm in one of the Venus flytraps. You know what? Let's do Venus flytraps. I really, really like that idea a lot. And then we'll just start working off from there. So we'll do a Venus flytrap, just because, you know, that's going to take us some time to figure out how to design it anyhow, because I'm going to have to design them live on camera. So it'll take me a second to figure out how to design the Venus flytrap anyhow. And then while we're doing that, we can come up with other ideas for how we want to make the Venus flytrap work. And you know what? I might even be able to turn that Venus flytrap into like a little impromptu pattern. So a vampire Venus flytrap or something that we can actually add to the website later as part of our seasonal refresher. That could be kind of fun too. So then we even have like a new pattern today, and we didn't even really mean to do that. We just kind of, you know, just worked that way. This is why I love these live streams. They're so much fun. They're just a fun time for me to experiment and make like whatever really we want to make. So it should be a lot of fun. And in the meantime, we already almost have a skull finished. Look at this, guys. It's already almost done. My idea this year is I'm going to be for Halloween. Well, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be, but I know I want to have a little tiny, either a little tiny briefcase or just a pocket filled with these skulls and be a head salesman. I think that would be such a good idea. And then just giving out skulls to kids for Halloween. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I think that's what I'm going to do this year. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be in like a suit, you know? Maybe just keep it simple. I don't know. I think it'd be a lot of fun though. What are we making? We are figuring it out right now, Sam. It sounds like we're going to be making a Venus flytrap planter, like a bouquet of plants that are all spooky themed. I'm thinking Venus flytrap with like arms and legs coming out of the mouths of the Venus flytrap, and maybe like maybe like some eyeballs or something in flowers. Something like relatively simple that we could actually feasibly finish in the live stream. By the way, the live stream today, we're going to go until my time, 5 p.m. at least. We might even go over my timeline just because it sounds like we have kind of a lot to make today, but we'll see. Let's finish up this skull though real quick for our early stuff, and then we'll move on and start making our Venus flytrap. I think we should just start with just straight up doing a Venus flytrap, figuring out the pattern, and then going from there, instead of like, you know, I feel like that's the best way to do things today. And we'll figure out the pattern together live, so I'll go through what exactly I'm doing in the tutorial or in the pattern. This isn't going to be a classic tutorial because I don't really know what I'm making. I'm kind of designing it with you, totally off the cuff. So it could be anything, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to really go through detailed instructions about like, here's how to make this pattern. If we really like this pattern later, I'll turn it into its own video tutorial for the website. But for the time being, I think we just have fun, we just relax, and we make what we make. And look at this, watch. This is the end of the skull. Just pull it tight like that. Tuck the yarn back in, and then out through, out through the top like that. And then we cut off the top. Addie, do I make up patterns on your own? You bet your bippy I do. I make up all the patterns, well, almost all the patterns on the Club Crochet website. Every now and then we work with collaborators. But 90% of the time, it is my pattern and my own design. And look at that little skull. Isn't that cute? Way easy to make, too. So we're going to put that right back here. And we'll add this one. Stay. And then we'll add this one also to the background. Look at that. That looks great. Okay, well, let's get some yarn and get started on our spooky bouquet. Our spooquet. We need sage green yarn, which unfortunately, I think I need to get a whole new ball. Oh no, here we go. It is a new ball, but we're just going to use this one. So I'm going to open up a brand new ball of our sage green yarn, and we're going to get started on crocheting our Venus flytrap. We're making this pattern up live together, so bear with me. Okay, so let's also draw this out. What do we want to do for a Venus flytrap? We need a piece of paper. Yeah, we'll work off of this. Okay, so a Venus flytrap. So I'm thinking, you know, obviously a Venus flytrap is going to be like a lot of that, and then back down, and then boop, 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 boop. You know, classic Venus flytrap kind of thing. Now, the way I think I'm going to make this, I think the best way to probably do this, is probably just do a big circle and then do teeth on the outside parts and then just seam this part together so that it folds it in half. Because then it could all be made pretty much in one piece. The other option that we could do... Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it so that there's no sewing. You know what, let's just give this a shot and see how it works. I don't know if it's gonna work, but you know, we're gonna figure it out together live. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. And it needs a vampire cape. Okay, yeah. We'll add definitely some fun stuff to it for sure. I actually think the way I'm gonna end up doing this in the end part, I want to test this out first, but the idea I have for how to make this in one big piece is we probably can just crochet the vine and then turn it into the mouth. 5, 6. But for now, let's just try to make the mouth itself. So we're just going to try to make up some kind of pattern for a mouth, and we're going to start by making it relatively just like a circle, essentially. And then when we get to the edges, we'll add some teeth, and then we'll seam it together, and then add some other bits and pieces. You know, we'll add leaves and stuff like that. This is actually great, because this is actually a pattern that I did want to make for our photosynthesis season. And this is a perfect example of what this seasonal refresher is all about. It's all about going back to past seasons, giving them a new pattern or two, and just having fun and just experimenting with within the themes that we've already created, you know? How do I do that so fast? Which part, Macy? Is it the designing part, or is it the act of crocheting? What part do you mean, how do you do it so fast? Because there's a lot of answers there. But here you can kind of see, that's like gonna be, well, actually, you know what, let's do another round so you can see it a little bit better. We should probably add like tongues and stuff to the Venus flytraps too. We also might end up wanting to make these Venus flytraps more of an oval rather than a circle. That might be the way we want to do it. But you know, let's just take it one step at a time for right now and start by making the base of this pattern. And then we'll see where it goes from there. I think I have a good idea on how to make this work though. And this is so great. This is legitimately exactly what, like, I've wanted to make one of these for a long time. So this is kind of perfect. Is the mouth going to be kind of like your anglerfish pattern? No, I don't think so, Tig. By the way, hi, Tig. How are you? I was talking about you just the other day because someone brought up the name Tig, and I was like, oh, I know a Tig. I don't think it'll be like the anglerfish pattern, simply because The anglerfish pattern has a bunch of teeth that you actually sew on, but for this one, I think I want to make it so that the teeth are actually built into the pattern. And hey, you know what? This is actually pretty good, I think. You know, like this will be a good small one just to test out our plan. So let's start with this small one. I probably will make a bigger one because, you know, we'll have like multiples of these. But let's start here and let's see what I can do for these teeth part. I think what we can basically do is we'll slip stitch one and then we'll chain two and pull really tight and then slip stitch into the next. I think this will create little itty bitty teeth. So chain two. Do we want to make a lot of teeth here? Yeah, probably. Chain two and then slip stitch into the next like that. See, so that hopefully that'll make just a bunch of pointy teeth on the inside. And then we'll go back on the outside and add a row of slip stitches to the outside so that the teeth have a little bit more of like an oomph there. I was going to try to do mini picot teeth, but I think it'll look too goofy. Like they'll look too big and weird, I think. So I think maybe let's just start with this plan of just chaining two, pulling really tight to make that into a point, and then slip stitch in. Monstermation, how do I come up with these patterns? I don't know. I guess I've just been doing it forever. So I just know how crochet works? I don't really know. I think when we get to the corner of the mouths here, I'm probably gonna have to do an extra slip stitch because, you know, we don't want teeth to be growing in the corners. So we're gonna need like a little gap where there's no teeth, I think first. Yeah, I think that's how we're gonna have to do it. So we're gonna have to do half of teeth. We have 18 stitches around, so that means we're gonna do 8 teeth, a slip stitch, and then 8 teeth, and then a slip stitch to make it work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 more. Like that. Venus flytraps are very oval when closed, sort of round when fully open. Okay, well if that's the case, then it might be best that we have it as a perfect circle instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're gonna do one more for 8. Pull tight. I used to actually have a lot of Venus flytraps when I was in college. I really liked them. And then we're gonna slip stitch one as normal. And then we're gonna do our teeth again here, starting here. So that way, see, we have like a little gap where there's no teeth there. And hopefully that gap will keep us kind of so the teeth are in the right spots, you know? I mean, and also hopefully this doesn't look too like goofy, because right now, I mean, those teeth don't look bad, but I feel like we could do better. I also think we might do around a single crochets up there instead to hide the teeth in. I don't know, let's go ahead and finish this round up, and then we'll see where we go from there. Pull it tight. Hey, again, if you haven't yet, please like this video down below. We're aiming for 100 likes today. And if you like this video, if we get to 100 likes, we'll do a giveaway next live stream, which is actually next Friday. We're going to do another live stream next Friday. What we're making, I don't really know. I'm not sure yet. You know, I kind of like this. I kind of like in the season refreshers, you know, having a little bit of a break of ideas. You know, just like, oh, let's make it up on the spot. Like, that's kind of fun. Keeps us improvising crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like I have too little amount. I think I did one too many slip stitches here in that tooth part. So let's go back. I'm gonna undo one of these and then make this into a tooth instead. And then hopefully that'll fix it. I think I might need to redo how I did these teeth, but I don't know. Can I do something in white next time and easy? I'm not too good. I would say, actually, Macy, I suggest you check out our ghost pattern. That is a pattern in white and very easy to make. Actually, we have 2 different kinds on the website. We have one that's a little baby ghost. That's this one. This one's another Amigurumi pattern, like our little skull there. It's a tiny itty bitty pattern in less than 100 stitches with no sewing. This one's totally free on the site also, as well as our bigger ghost pattern. And you can find them both right here, clubcrochet.com/Halloween. Yeah, and what Jazzy said in in the chat as well. If you really want to learn how to crochet, you're watching this and you're like, I don't know how to crochet, but I'm interested in learning. Check out our Crocheting 101 series. It is a free series that I created to teach people how to crochet in as simple of a process as possible. You even make a bunch of different you make a bunch of different projects as you learn. So not only are you making, like, learning how to crochet, but you're learning how to crochet better with each project that you make. So it's kind of a cool little thing that I built a few years ago, and I'm really proud of it. And I highly suggest you check it out. All right, so it's kind of like this, right? So there we got our bit of our teeth thing going on. I just don't like this part on the top there, but I'm going to clean that up in just a moment. So we're going to do... I technically should have another tooth here and then do a slip stitch there. But I feel like it's going to be too blobby if I do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See? All right, let's just do another one because I want to keep everything simplistic there. And then I'm just going to... Do I want to cut and pull through and hide this end in? Or do I want to crochet into the top loops with this? You know what? Let's just crochet into the top loops with this same stitch. No. Yeah, let's cut it. I probably should have made the top part first. But it's okay. We're going to make this work. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. And then I'm going to pull a new loop. Actually, we're going to hide this end first. And then I'll pull a new loop up. Yeah, so I'm just going to hide this end in. We'll pull a new loop up. This, by the way, again, this is not our only Venus flytrap that we're making. Don't worry. I will make another one. This is just our prototype to figure out how this is even going to work. But we're just going to hide this end in here. And now we have like a base of our Venus flytrap. And I know that right here looks a little funky, but it's going to be folded in half like that. So the funkiness will hide. And honestly, that doesn't look too bad for a start. You know, that's actually a pretty solid start for it, but I want to make the outside look a little cleaner. So let's go ahead and try. I'm going to start by trying an actual crochet. Yeah, we're going to start by trying crochet here and then like single crochets around to do another round. And if that doesn't work, I'll do a just a round of slip stitches and make that look good. I'm a little worried of doing the single crochets just because I think that they might make it look a little too bulky, but maybe not. Let's just give it a shot and see what happens here. So we're going to get started with that. And then this will definitely look a lot cleaner next time I do this because I would do this before I made the teeth instead. But it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Let's see what happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So see, so like by doing this, it's going to create a layer between where the teeth are and where the mouth ends. Which might make it look very monstrous, but might not make it look very... I don't know. Let's see. Let's just finish it. If we don't like it, we'll go back and undo it. Oh, Tina, thank you for the nice words. You're great. Oh, thank you for letting me know about the face camera problem. Super appreciated. Always let me know about that because, unfortunately, the camera that I did order... Update that profile. Okay. The camera that I did order... to replace this face cam was supposed to get here today before the live stream, but it didn't, so we are working with an old webcam right now, and it breaks every now and then. But thank you for letting me know, Jazzy. Super duper appreciated. And if you ever see my face cam looks really weird and I'm actually a ghost, then you found out the truth. Oh, congratulations. I'm actually a ghost. I've been a ghost this whole time. The whole time? The whole time? Yeah, see, I don't know if I'm liking this part. Because it's going to go like that. It looks just like a mess now, I think. Yeah. I don't really think that's an option. Let's undo this. Let's try to do slip stitches instead. So let's try that and see how that looks. And if we like the slip stitches, I might just go back and do this all again with a new piece. But I actually, I'm worried that I won't even like the slip stitches, which isn't really that big of a deal. But so it's closed like that. What if I tried slip stitches the other way? Like, instead of going this way, we go this way around with them. That way the slip stitches are pointing down more. Let's try that. I've never done that before, but might be a fun little... might be a fun trick. There's only one way to find out. Let's try. So we turn around. We'll leave that long end there. Turn around and we do slip stitches backwards. I gotta make a burb ghost. I should go meta and make a burb ghost. That's a fun idea. Yeah, actually, maybe the slip stitches this way might make it look a little bit cleaner. You know what? I gotta stop going back and forth, and we just gotta finish a prototype, and then I'll make it again. And this is, by the way, if you're interested in learning how to design amigurumi, I do intend on doing a whole series of tutorials soon that'll take you through the process of how I actually go about designing them. But you can kind of see the process a little bit here. Now, I will say this is a rushed version of the design process. Normally, I'm like doing this over a series of days. I think those slip stitches maybe kind of ruined it. I mean, they're not bad. It just doesn't close the way I really kind of wanted it to. Where's the corner? There it is. That's the corner and that's the corner, like that. We could seam it together a little bit there. Huh. I mean, it's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad. It just looks a little less than what I was hoping. It just kind of looks a little messy, you know? But it really isn't too bad, all things considered. Okay, well let's... Did I finish up all the slip stitches? Yeah, I did. Okay, so let's cut it, and we'll hide in these ends and really give it a look. And then we'll make it again. And obviously we're going to have to add a bunch of different stuff to this, like, you know, leaves and everything, really. But it's a good start. So let's see what happens when we hide these ends in. And we'll even just see if this is a viable way to make these teeth. And let's just cut them. We don't need it to be too secure. We just need an example. Okay. And obviously, normally I would probably hide these ends in a lot better. Maybe use them to sew things together. But again, we just need something to look at, something to work off of for a next version of it. Slip stitches does look better, says Shiny Nickels. Thank you. Yes, let me know. Like, I am always open to feedback just like that. So if you see something like that and you're like, you know what, I think the slip stitches look better, let me know in the chat. I really could use advice. So any feedback or thoughts is very appreciated. Okay, so I mean, this isn't too bad. It's not too bad. The slip stitches make it look a little weird, I will say. So maybe we don't do slip stitches, and instead we just do the edging, and we just fold it in half, and we don't, and we make it clean on the outside. I think that's what we should probably do. Okay, let's try another one of these. Let's try another one. It's not a bad start. Alligator scales. They do kind of look like alligator scales. Yeah, the inside's smooth and sticky, yeah. Okay, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Hey, by the way, again, if you haven't yet, like this video down below. Let's try to do... Should we try to do a bigger one? I think our finished one, we want 2 small ones and then 1 big one with like an arm or a leg coming out of it. And of course, we're going to need to make a pot for it. We're going to need to make the grass bit on the bottom. So we've got our work cut out for us today. For sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because we want to make a bigger one anyhow, let's just go ahead and make this one bigger. Because if it works big, it'll definitely work. Well, I mean, I guess it usually works the other way around. How are we looking? We're not ghostly, are we? No, we're good. We're good. It reminds you of Audrey too. Well, actually, check this out. Rebecca, you'll love this. We've actually made an Audrey 2 plant here. This is my Audrey 2 pattern. I call it the carnivorous alien plant is what we call it in the library, so that it's not, Audrey 2. But this is actually available on the website. You can probably find it right here at clubcrochet.com/Halloween. It's a pretty in-depth pattern, but it is really cute, right? So maybe we'll actually put that on our screen right here as our... no, it doesn't really fit. Okay. Okay, let's get back to it. 4, 5, 6. I wonder if we even just did a... No, you know what? I think just making the teeth just teeth is the way to go. I got thoughts in my brain. My noggin's working now. Yeah, that Audrey 2 is actually one of the coolest patterns in the library. It's very complicated of a pattern to make, but it is very cool. Highly suggested checking it out if you haven't yet. Hey, if you are here and you have any questions, any crochet questions at all, like you're like, hey, how do you do a magic loop, or how do you make a bobble stitch, or whatever you want to say, feel free to ask. This is a great opportunity for me to actually show you some actual crochet tips live on camera. So if you're curious, if you're a curious crocheter, let me know. Hey, we got a lot of people watching right now. Hi, everybody watching. If you're watching and you've not subscribed already, you should subscribe and like this video. That would be really cool. We do live streams like this every single week. We have a bunch of crochet patterns on the website. I come out with new ones pretty much, like every other week, guys? I would say like every other week I come out with a tutorial or a pattern. Especially at least one every other week on the website. Sometimes they're not public and free, but we do come out with a lot of patterns and a lot of live streams just like this. All right, so this was the size of our last one. I think we make one that's bigger. Let's see what it looks like if we increase it up one more time before making the teeth this time. This is another part of the crochet pattern process that I do, where I'll make the same thing. Like, I usually make them at least like 5 times before I make a prototype like around 5 times before I actually put it into writing, or at least until I like decide, okay, that's the way it's gonna work. But obviously we're kind of on a sped up timeline in this live stream, so we're just figuring it out as we go. But is the new portrait format the norm now? I don't know. Here's the thing. Here's the truth of the matter, Chirp. Chirp a Little asks about the format. We get a lot more views when it is portrait mode. Like, it's not even comparable. So I kind of am like pro doing it this portrait mode, just so that more people see our videos. But No, yes and no. You know, I might switch it up every now and then. All right, so I'm going to try the teeth here. I think I will say I expect there to be more like this in the future. So expect there to be it in portrait mode more often than not. Just because, again, like, we get a lot more views. Like, a lot more people see these videos, and a lot more people seem to be willing to watch them when they're in portrait mode like this. Yeah. But I do have plans in the future for making some different kinds of live streams. So I want to do, like, in the new year, we're going to be doing a new thing called Camp Crochet, which is going to be exclusive for members. That's going to be a live crochet along where I'm going to actually be going through the pattern live with people. And they can join, ask questions, show me actually on their screen where they're stuck and stuff. So we can consistently, like, you know, be giving help and figuring out crochet together. And those ones won't be portrait like this. See, so I think I'm going to have to, like, bend these in. But that's actually a little cleaner if it's just straight down to the teeth. You know? It looks a little bit cleaner. It's going to look a little funny when it's all open, but once we seam it together, or I don't even know if I'm going to seam it together. I probably will. How do I do the single crochet so neatly in the round with smaller yarn? I always have trouble, and they're hard to get the hook in even if I go loose. Interesting question. Let me answer that question for you. And then Patricia asks about the perfect stripe method. Okay. The twisted stitch. I'm not sure what the twisted stitch is. I'll have to look into that, Alyssa. I have an idea of what it could be, but I'm not really sure. Celia, you are absolutely allowed to use our crochet patterns in selling at local craft fairs, by the way. If anybody else wants to make patterns, make club crochet patterns and sell them, you totally can. I give the A-okay to do that. Okay, so how do I do single crochet so neatly in the round? That's a good question. Practice? But really, it's just making sure you're using the right size crochet hook and you're not crocheting too tightly. That's the main thing, is you just don't need to crochet tightly. Because the tighter you crochet, the harder it's going to be to get into your stitch on the next round, which is what you seem to be coming up with, Aiden. So that's the first thing, is I just suggest, you know, maybe changing your crochet hook slightly might help. Making a slightly larger crochet hook, I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 second. 9, 10, 11, and then our 12th we're gonna do another one. Okay. I do this thing whenever I crochet my, well, right now I'm tightening all these teeth up, so every time I make a tooth, I'm like tightening it. However, normally, and then we're just gonna do a slip stitch in this last one. Normally what I do, see, so this is the idea here. This is gonna go down like that. We're gonna fold this in half when we're done. And we're gonna try to seam it together a little bit so it stays folded in half. And then we're also gonna try to make it so these teeth get folded in a little bit more like this. And I actually have an idea on how that could have been done, but I was afraid it was gonna make the outside look weird. But look, that actually looks pretty good. You know? This is the benefit of crocheting with cotton, is that you can do this with cotton. You kind of like mold it into whatever shape you want. It holds its shape a lot better, which is one of the reasons why I really like crocheting with cotton yarn. So if you're looking to like get into crochet, two there and then one right there. 1, 2, yeah, okay, we're good. If you're looking to get into crocheting amigurumi, and you want to try out a different yarn, give cotton a chance. A lot of people say it hurts their fingers to crochet with cotton, which I do understand. Like, I get why that happens, but I find the benefits far outweigh the ouchy fingers, as long as you're not, you know. I think it comes with practice, learning how to crochet with cotton so that it doesn't hurt your hands. Like, you don't need to crochet so tightly that you're like straining yourself every time. Crochet should be fun. You shouldn't be adding more stress to your life with it. But, yeah. Oh, Kenzie has a really important question. Go for it, Kenzie. Let me know. What's your question? That was a slip stitch into the next. Yeah, so I'm just chaining 2, slip stitch 1. That's all I'm doing. How do I do big spaces in your crochet? What does that mean? How do you do big spaces in your crochet stitch? So how do you make spaces? That's an interesting question. Where do you want the spaces to be? That's going to change my answer. So do you want your spaces to be like there's big space between crochet stitches? In which case I would say maybe do a double crochet instead, which will make your piece more holy, but give, space between crochet stitches. The other thing I'm wondering is, do you mean space between like 2 stitches? Like, hold on 1 second. That's the end of this should be the end of our piece here. So I finished that, slip stitch up, cut that, pull it through and hide it. And then I'm gonna, actually probably should have left this a little longer to see if we wanted to use it for sewing it closed, but whatever. Like with shrugs? Like with shrugs? You mean like with shawls? Okay, there we go. Okay, so that is it. That's the outside of our Venus flytrap, and here's the plan. We're gonna fold it in half, like that. Fold the teeth in. I might try actually like sewing the teeth so that they stay folded in, but honestly I think it's gonna fold in just fine if I just bend and pinch them like this, and then there's our option for a Venus flytrap top. I think that looks really good. Very simple too, really simple. It'll hold it in like that. And then we'll just make vines and stuff coming off of it. And of course we'll do leaves and whatever. And stuff coming out of the Venus flytrap too. Right? How do we feel about that, team? I think this is a good top for a Venus flytrap. I think it's very simple but effective. Oh, like mesh. Yes, what Zoe said there. What Zoe said is exactly what you should be doing. If you want to make a holy mesh kind of thing, you want to use a combo of double crochets and chains. So usually what I would do actually is I'd probably do like because you'd be making it flat, right? So if you're gonna make it flat, I do a combo of something like this. So I'll just make something really quick for you, Kenzie. And this is obviously going to be on the smaller scale, but you do a long chain of however long you'd want it. Like, let's go with like that. And there's a bunch of different versions of this. There's other stitches that'll make it more angled and stuff. But then you'd skip 2 stitches and you just start doing your double crochets down. But in between, actually, we'll skip 3 stitches there so that it's even more holy. So 1, 2, 3. And then we double crochet into the 3rd. And then after each double crochet, you do a chain, at least 1. Sometimes you do 2. If you want it to be more holy, you do 2, maybe even 3. And then you'd skip a stitch on your chain, and then you'd double crochet into the next one over. And this will create big holes in your piece like this. And then when you come back around, you're going to crochet not into the double crochet stitches, but instead into those chain spots that you made. And again, you probably want to make these chain spots bigger by doing double crochets and stuff in it. But see, that'll create a really holy piece. A lot of holes in it. And then you can chain, you'd probably like chain 3, 2, 3, and then you double crochet into that into the hole that you made, like this. 1, 2, and then you do the same thing going backwards. You chain 1, then double crochet here. And again, there's a lot of variations of this that you could do so that it would make different kinds of designs. For example, there's ones where you would do a few different double crochets into those spaces, and it would create little V's going up it. But you can see how that'll make this nice little mesh kind of chain going on. Does that help? Does that help with you, Kenzie? Let me know. In the meantime, let's keep on crocheting on. So I like the way this works. By the way, hi Cooper. Cooper's here. Thanks for joining, Coop. Cooper's our moderator today, and is super helpful. Thanks for joining, Coop. We did miss you. You missed so much. You actually did miss a little bit, but not that much. We're making a Venus flytrap. Okay, so the question is, do we want to seam this so that it stays flat like that? I mean, it won't hurt, right? It won't hurt that bad to do. Let's just do it. So here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to come up. I'm going to have this folded in half the way we want it to be folded in half. I'm going to come up with our end here, and we're just going to go. It can't hurt to do. Yeah, it can't hurt. We're just going to go in through this one and then out through the next one over right here. We're just going to keep doing this across our piece. We're going to skip the middle though, but hopefully this will just help keep everything folded in half a little bit cleaner. We're going to skip that middle part because we're going to have actually a pipe cleaner coming out of there so that it turns it into the vine, which we're going to make in just a second, because I think the necks of our Venus flytraps, we do want them to be pretty small, you know, like a thin neck. Stem, thin stem. Okay, and let's see how this looks. Go into this one here, and then into this one, back out of here. And I'll probably hide this end in afterwards. But see, that holds it kind of more folded in half, just a little bit, to maintain our Venus flytrap kind of look. Yeah, I think that's smart. I think that's a good idea. You know, it doesn't really hurt it much. It only kind of benefits us. And obviously we'll skew this and stretch it when we get to our piece. What was our situation with Kenzie? Yes, that helps. Okay, great. Awesome. I'm so glad I helped. Okay, I'm just going to hide this tail end into a few stitches here. And then I'm just going to cut it. It might be important to have this tail end for later, but you know, we can always figure it out then. It's a problem for later. Face cam, thank you, Jazzy. Appreciate it. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. There we go. And I don't know why it's still making us dark, because I did update profile. Face 2. Okay. Alright. There we go. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, so let's keep with this here, and let's give it a vine. Let's give it a vine. I went to heaven. I need a pipe cleaner for that. So let's go ahead and grab a pipe cleaner. And I'm going to use a few of these. I'm just going to have a few of them just in case. And here's how we're going to add our what's it called? Vine. Our vine here is I'm going to come out through, let's go out through a stitch near it. So we want to know which one, we want to figure out which side is our top, which side is our bottom. Looks like this would be a good bottom and that'll be a good top. So I'm going to go out. I'm going to come in through here with our pipe cleaner, and then you can come out through the very center with our pipe cleaner like that. That's our goal. So in through there, and then out through the center. This can sometimes be kind of hard to do. So we're gonna hope that everything works out the way we want it to. There we go. And we want it as far in as we can get. We want it halfway in. So like that far. There we go. And then we're gonna fold it in half like this. I'm gonna go to the center there. Fold it in half. And perfectly fold it in half like that. And then I'm just gonna start twisting it all the way up our piece. All the way. Almost all the way. As long as we want this vine to be. Which I think we're gonna probably want it to be pretty far. Just like that. Guys, I think we have a top amount of people watching right now. I don't think I've ever had this many people watching a live stream. Hi, everybody. That's super cool. We're going to keep these last two bits open so that we can sew it to the dirt that we're going to add at the bottom. Because we're going to put this in a pot, you know. Is that tall enough for our Venus flytrap? Maybe we go a little taller. Because we want to have it twist around and stuff. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to twist it up even more if I can. So just kind of try to tighten it even more. And it's going to feel really loose and wibbly wobbly, but as long as it can hold itself up like this, we're good. Okay, next thing you want to do for this is we want to wrap it. So we're going to take a little bit of this yarn. Let's go with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. That should be 8 feet of yarn. Is that going to be long enough? 2, 1, 2. Okay, we're going to do 10 feet of yarn. So that's about 10 feet of yarn. By the way, if you want to measure your yarn and you're like, how much yarn do I have? For me, it's about 2 wraps around my hand is a foot. So there's another little tip for you. Okay, so I'm going to go in. I thread it onto our needle here. I'm going to go in through the very center here from where we started with one side of this pipe cleaner. And then we're going to go out through the other side where we came out with the other pipe cleaner. And we're going to try to make it so that both of these ends are an equal distance away from each other. So we're going to come out through, we came out through the center. We want to come out through this other side right here. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to pull this enough so that both of our ends are about the same distance away from each other. Okay. That. There we go. Okay, so these are about the same distance away from each other, and then now we're going to wrap this pipe cleaner up with this yarn. So I'm just going to start wrapping it all the way up. You want it to be wrapped pretty tightly. This is how I always like to do this. And don't worry about it looking like a little messy. In fact, you kind of want it to look a little messy so it actually looks like a vine. So I just kind of like hold it in half here. And it's actually, it might even be a little easier to, instead of wrap the yarn around the piece, twist this piece around the yarn. See, so it'll just start to wrap up like that. And we're creating a really long vine with this. And what we could also do is we could go back on this pipe cleaner as well. We want to try to wrap the pipe cleaner as much as possible is really the goal here. And to thicken this up a little bit, we're probably going to go back up it. Let's see. We'll get all the way down to the bottom here. And then I'm going to go around the very bottom of it so it holds everything into place. And then I think we do want it to be thicker. So I'm going to go and wrap our way back up back up it. So like this. And as I wrap my way back up, notice how I'm not making it perfectly centered. I'm kind of like leaving gaps in between the wrapping so that it looks more like a vine. See, so I'm kind of like leaving little tiny spaces so that it makes this look less even, less clean, which is actually what we want for our Venus flytrap. Okay, so we're back up at the top. I could go back down the bottom again, but what I usually like to do is wrap a few extra times around wherever the connection point is. So at the top here, oops, just a few extra times in there. And then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna thread both of these and come through 2 different stitches on the inside of the mouth so we can double knot it together on the inside and it won't come undone. So we're gonna come up through the top here. Let's thread one of these. And we'll go up through that like this and go up. Hey, welcome back, horse lover. Hope you're doing having a great day. Okay, so I'm gonna go around the outside here. And I'm gonna thread the other end of our tail here with our other end of our pipe cleaner, and then we're going to come out through a different stitch. Have I ever done tatting with yarn? I have not. Someone tried to teach me once, but I have not. By the way, what they're talking about, tatting, it is not tattooing, even though that is what I asked when I first heard tatting. It is like a way to kind of crochet, knit, weave. It's like a weird thing that you make, like really cool, intricate, embroidered, like hand embroidered things. It's really wild. Check it out if you haven't heard of tatting before. Does the measuring method work for you, Shiny Nichols? Because, I mean, it works for me pretty well. It has in the past, at least. Okay, we're just going to double knot there. I think it also might be kind of fun to add a little tongue into these Venus flytraps, but I guess we could do that later. I'm going to cut these pretty short right now, like about that short, because I want to hide them in, just so there's not like a little cut knots in the inside. So I'm just going to go and hide these tail ends into a few different stitches, going 2 different opposite ways so that they're really hidden in. Like that. There's one. And then we'll go this way with the other side. And I guess I really didn't need to sew the Venus flytrap together, you know, because we're opening it back up now. That might have been a better thing to do with these tail ends or something like that later on. Whatever. You know, learn and live and let learn. Live and let live. Learn and let live. Whatever, you know what I mean. All right, let's cut these close. And we have got our Venus flytrap part, I think, pretty good. You know, that's not bad. And then what's great with this wire is we can kind of like bend it, twist it, skew it, and we can even have it like this, about to like eat something too, if we want. And that's a good start though. We can also make leaves and stuff for it, and we can sew it into these yarn. But maybe what we do next, because that's a pretty good start, is we do let's start making what this is going to go on. You know, like get everything made and then add things on top of it. Zoe's like, I heard tatting and I'm like, in. It is very cool. Yes, I did. I made a magic loop to get started in the very start of it. Yeah. Okay, so next we want some brown yarn. And then we're just going to get started making our, basically the pot itself. Now, because we're doing Halloween themed, we should make the pot in orange, right? I think so. So let's go ahead. I'm going to open up the pattern for our cactus on our website. If you want to find how to do this, by the way, you just go to clubcrochet.com. You can search cactus. Should be the top one. Betty the beginner cactus is a great one to start with. There's a pattern in there at the bottom for how to make a small pot, and that's what we're going to be using right now. And do we do red or orange for the pot? What do you guys think? You know what? Let's ask the chat, or we could do a different color completely. We can do red, orange. We could do purple. Let's ask. Oh, with a pumpkin face, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea, Snowy. Let's do that, maybe. Red. Oh, but a lot of people are saying red. Okay, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Pot color, red, orange, purple, jute, beige. Okay, there you go. So you can vote now on what you want the pot color to be. And while you're doing that, I guess I'll just make, because we're just going to make a small pot. So I'm going to make the dirt that the little fella is going to go in. So I'm actually going to switch cactuses to the Frankie the flat cactus pattern, because that's the one that actually has the dirt. I got to log in. Of course I got to log in. There we go. Boom. Okay. And you guys are voting now on the pot. Okay, cool. Perfect. I'm going to vote too. I'm going to vote that one. Okay. Log in there. And, oh wow, that's broken. I found a broken thing on our website, but I'll fix that later. All right. 1, 2. 105 likes, we hit it. All right, I guess we're doing a giveaway next live stream. Heck yeah. Oh my God, that's awesome. That was so fast, you guys. That was like crazy quick. Thank you for liking this video. 6, is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we're gonna go to the dirt filler and just keep going from there. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm just gonna, yeah, we're just gonna make a small pot. So we're just gonna make a small piece of dirt, and then we're gonna attach our Venus flytrap to the dirt. And then what we'll do is we'll add some, maybe we'll add some like skulls and stuff to the dirt. We'll do a limb, like a little hand or something coming out of the Venus flytrap. What should we put? Actually, what could we put in the Venus flytrap so that it looks like it just ate a person? I guess a hand is probably the best, or a foot. Could be fun. Should we put eyes or anything on the Venus flytrap? Should we give it a face? I could see it having like a bunch of eyes, like 1, 2 here, and then 1, 2, and like 6 eyes. Or something like that. I also think we probably should add vines or something to it, so that it's got something that it could grab. In fact, you know what we could do? We could do it has vines that it's grabbing different stuff. So it's like it's holding something up and it's gonna eat it, or it's holding like bones or something. That could be fun. Mini bones. Yeah, a hand actually, I think I could do a hand. A foot would be easiest, yeah, probably. And one of the skulls, yeah. I really think a vine would be a lot of fun, because then we can keep it like moving around, you know? So I won't finish up this dirt thing yet. Do we want to add eyes to her? A big forked tongue. That would be sick, dude. Yes. That's a great idea. Okay, and 3. Yeah, we'll go with that. Vine. Okay, cool. Yeah, because then we can do... If we did vines holding things, we don't need to make other little tiny Venus flytrap sections. We can just do one. And what color have you guys chosen for the pot? Oh, it looks like most people are choosing orange. No one's choosing beige or jute. That's okay. I figured. I was just like, I'll put it in there because why not? A lot of people choosing purple. I think purple is actually a pretty good, solid choice, too. Little shoes at the bottom of the pot so that it's like discarded remains. That's probably a good idea. Oh, yeah, we could do loose safety eyes. That's funny. Like in the mouth. If we did eyes on the like on the fly trap itself, we might need to do some shifting of the, like, we might have to cut the back of the eyes or something so that they don't stick out too much. Because I don't want them to be noticeable from the inside, but it's going to be kind of hard to do if we give eyes to the Venus flytrap, you know? Okay. Got one more round after this, and then I usually just close this up, and then we add this into the pot. So it's actually almost done. The pot filler. That's what I'm making right now. And I think what I'm probably going to do is leave this unfinished until we are, like, this is going to be the last thing I do, because we're going to attach everything to this piece of dirt that we're making. So it's probably a good idea to keep it open on the bottom so that I can actually make changes and, you know, add pipe cleaners to it, sew things in, stuff like that. And we probably want to make a leaf or two, right, for our Venus flytrap. Maybe do that next. Hey, Anne. Hey, Anna. How are you? We are, what are we making? We are making a Venus flytrap eating body parts, or a man eating Venus flytrap. Okay. All right, so that's going to be the pot, or the part that goes in the pot. This is going to obviously go connected to the top of it here. And I know it looks really long, but we're going to have it winding and, like, you know, we can bend it the way we want it to be. And then we're going to have a vine coming out of it holding something over the Venus flytrap, like it's going to eat something. And we want to add little leaves and stuff. So let's go ahead. I'm going to make some leaves. Just a couple. And we're going to see how it goes. 2 legs coming out of the mouth. I like that idea too. How does this look, by the way? How's our camera doing, by the way? We're not lost, are we? No, we're good. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to make some leaves. I'm going to make these pretty simple. I'm essentially just doing a magic loop there. I'll do a single crochet in the first for the first stitch, then a half double crochet. I'm making this up as I go, by the way. Half double crochet, a single crochet. Let's do 1 single. You know what? Let's do a mini picot after that single. Like that. And then I'll do another single crochet into there, and then we'll come back up. We'll do a half double crochet and another single crochet like that, and then I'll pull it tight. How does that look? Yeah, that makes a pretty cute looking leaf, right? That's pretty cute. We can either put that somewhere on this, like this. Actually, that's probably what we want to do. Put it on the fly trap itself, or we could do it on the base of the fly trap. Basil flytrap would be kind of cute if we did like a couple of these. 1, 2, 3. And then we could have the vines coming out under it, maybe even. Yeah, maybe we just do that. Okay, I'm going to do one more slip stitch into the center here to keep everything secured. And I'll just cut it. I won't need a very long end. I think this is probably fine. Actually, we kind of made a little tiny heart, which is cute too. And I'm going to have this end go... Actually, maybe... Yeah, we'll have this go back into our piece. Right back into the center. Do we want to make a line for this, though? That's the question. Like, does this look enough like a leaf, or do we need to add a line to make it look more like a leaf? I think that looks pretty leafy. Especially if I did a few of those. You know, around the base. I think that'd be pretty cute. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. And what did we choose? Oh, wait, you know what? I'll do another leaf first, real quick. So that way we don't have to... I can remember how I did it. So again, it's magic loop. And then into the magic loop, we're doing single crochet, half double crochet. Maybe, there we go. Single crochet, mini picot, so chain 2, slip stitch into the back loop of the first chain. Then another single crochet, then a half double crochet, and a single crochet. And then we pull tight. Oh, I'm sorry, and a slip stitch into the magic loop too. And then we pull tight. Cut it close, not too close, that's probably fine. And then just pull it out and go back down through the center with that tail end. And shibbity-wop doo-wah. We've got another little leaf. Okay, so now we got 2 leaves. I mean, we could do a leaf up the side of it too. It would not look bad with a leaf up the side of it, I don't think. I just don't know if it's useful. One more leaf. One more leaf for good luck. I can't believe this. Gone ghost, went ghost mode. All right, thank you for letting me know. There we go. Thank you. Ghost mode. Can I go a little slower? This isn't really a pattern, Fats. So I will probably do a pattern for this design as soon as possible, like an actual like tutorial. But I can go. The thing is, like, you know, we got to finish this up within our timeline, so I can't go too slow. But I can show you details about how to do a specific part, Fats, if you have a specific question in mind. Do you have a specific part that you're like, wait, what did you just do? Or like, can you explain this one part one more time? Like, if you want me to explain like a little leaf again or something like that. Yeah, let me know if you have like specifics questions. Is it already messed up again? No, I fixed it. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now we got 3 leaves. For if we want to add a leaf to the vine itself or not. It'd be kind of funny if we had put like a thick part here, like it was swallowing like a giant, like a skull or something. That'd be kind of funny. All right, so we definitely are going to still need to make a pot. We need to make the other vines that this all goes on. Maybe it's time to sew this into the top here like that. You know what? I think it is about that time. So we sew this into the top there. We'll add a few vines. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to put this into the top, by the way, it's pretty easy to do. All I'm doing is taking these 2 ends of the pipe cleaners and putting them through 2 adjacent stitches. So I'll do one here and then one here. Like that, go into the center, And then I'm just going to twist this up on the inside. So if I fold it inside out like that, and I twist it like this, it'll keep that locked into place. And then I actually don't usually cut this. Instead, I make it like a bit of a circle on the inside like this, like kind of like an S shape. See? Like that. And then it holds it up. It should hold it upright. Perfect. Look at that. And before I stuff this up, before I finish our dirt patch here, whoa, I shot a cat or a something on top. I will stuff this with nickels so that it keeps the dirt patch like really weighted down. Question. I'd love a tutorial. Do I sell patterns somewhere or do I just post video tutorials? I do sell patterns. They're all available on our website. You can find them right here, clubcrochet.com/Halloween. And it's actually the easiest way to get access to our patterns is actually with the Club Crochet membership, which gets you access to the full library of tutorials. All right, we're going to end our poll. Oh, wow. Purple took over orange for a second. You know what? What if we just did... Oh, someone actually suggested that. Let's do... Because it's such a close vote, why don't we do a split so it's purple and orange? And we do like stripes. I think that'd be really cute. And really easy to do. Like, that's not a complicated thing. Oh, the picot? Yeah, the picot's really easy. It's just... Here, I'll show you right now. So, Fats, here's a quick tutorial for the picot using this. I'm going to undo this afterwards. But this is how you do a picot. Let me make sure I'm in camera. Okay. So, you go like this for a picot. You chain two. I mean, you can chain more than two. I do a mini picot, which is just chaining two like this. Right? We on camera? Here, I'll move up closer like that. Okay. So, we chain two, 1 and 2. And then I skip the first chain and I work into the back loop, meaning this one furthest away from us right there. And get my crochet hook into that. Sometimes I need my nail to help guide my hook into that yarn. And then I'll do a slip stitch by yarning over, pulling through. I pull a little tighter now. And then I'll pull it through the loop on the hook. And that's just going to create this little point. And that's how I did the points of our leaves, was done with that same technique. Let me know if that helps, Fats. Okay, in the meantime, let's do another big vine. So this time for the vine is going to be a little different. We're going to fold this in half, a pipe cleaner in half like that, and then I'm going to keep the top of it open. So this is usually what I do actually is I take a needle like this, I'll place it right at the top of our pipe cleaner, and then I'll start twisting it there. So that way it keeps a little gap at the very edge of our pipe cleaner. Like that. And then I'll do what I did for the last vine. I'll just start twisting it up all the way till we have just 2 sections left over. Ooh, orange with a purple jack-o'-lantern face. Oh, interesting. We definitely could probably do that. What do I recommend for a first-time seller to start out slow and maybe getting into business with it? For a first-time seller, what do you recommend? What do I recommend for selling? I think that's what you're asking. Like, what do I recommend you make to sell? I probably recommend really any of the patterns on the website that don't take a long time to make. So you're not like spending a whole bunch of time on one project and then being bummed when it doesn't really sell. So that's probably my best suggestion. So something like the octopus pattern, or the what was the new one that just came out that I came out with in the Triceratops, or the baby brontosaurus. That would be a good one. I know those sell. Those are gonna sell pretty good in shops and stuff too. All right, let's do the same thing. I look like 10 was too much for the last time we did our vine, so let's try 8 feet instead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then we'll cut it. And this time is going to be slightly different. Well, I guess we could do it pretty much the same way where we pull it through the top here. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try a slightly different technique here. So we're going to thread this onto our needle. And I'm going to go right through that hole that we left in the center of our pipe cleaner there. And I'm going to pull it almost till there's like half left. So both of these are split up. That's probably pretty good. Then I'm going to keep going around. So I'm going to have this other end. I'm going to try to have this other tail end here pulled downwards. And I'm going to try to cover up the entire top of this by going around through with our pipe cleaner a few times. And this way it'll cover up the edge of our pipe cleaner here. Pretty good. Should be good. So that there's no yarn poking through. I mean, sorry, no fuzz poking through. Like that. Yeah. And then I'll collect it with the other tail end here. And now we're just going to start going around our piece. Just like how we did with the other one. We're just going to start going all the way down our piece like this. Trying to cover all of the vine up with yarn. Just slow but sure. Look at that. That's looking perfect. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, move a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go down under the bottom of the pipe cleaner here and then work our way back up, leaving some space in between this to create more of a vine kind of look. Like that. All right. It's probably pretty good. Okay, now here's the, should we go back down? You know what, let's just go back. We'll take it back down as well. We'll take it back down one. Do we want to, or do we want to just hide this end in there? Is that thick enough? Maybe that is thick enough for our vine. Let's just go, let's work it back down. It's going to be easier to hide it in too. Ooh, if we go the opposite way, was that going to make it look really weird? That might make it look weird, though. Let's see. You know, if I do it like that. Ooh, that's kind of cool, actually. Does that look cool? Or does that look lame? What do you think? I think it kind of looks cool. I think it looks cool. We're going to keep it. It's also easier to do. And then I'm going to have this split. All right, now we have two ends to sew into the body. Pull a little tighter. And here's how we're going to do this. We're going to put this into the base and into an adjacent stitch like that. Yeah, you like it? Okay, good. I'm glad you guys agreed. And I think I can go all the way around the base of this, actually. That. And then we're going to take these ends and we're going to pull through stitches on the body like this. So I'll start with one right here. Just going to use my crochet hook to help us with this part. And then another one through the other stitch from the very center. Actually, this other stitch we're going to use a needle for. Okay. Right through the center. All right, and this will give us something to double knot to. Like that. And tail end. Cool. And we've also got these 2 pipe cleaners on the inside that we need to twist together. But first I'll double knot these 2 tail ends together. There we go. 1 and 2. I'm not a ghost. Good. Good to know. Okay, and then these 2 tail ends here from the inside, we just need to twist these together also to make sure it doesn't come undone. Like that. All right, so now we've got our vines and our, obviously our main body thing. So this will be like wrapped around and we'll have it grabbing something like that. And then we're gonna cover, let's cover these parts up with leaves like this. We'll cover up with our 3 leaves. We got 1, we got 2, maybe right here. And then the 3rd one, maybe like right here. So that these leaves just cover up where these vines are. This is looking good, you guys. I'm liking this a lot. Okay. And then I guess we can kind of get started on the pot after this. Right? I don't think we have too much of a leftover to make, other than obviously all of our details and stuff. We got to make, the skull that's holding on to, maybe a limb that it's eating. Yeah, like that. Okay, so that'll be 1 leaf sewn on. We'll do another one right here, like this. Or maybe right like this. And then we'll just have this kind of coming out more. Yeah. Okay. We'll do all that last part of making it look all, twisting it the right directions and stuff. We'll do that at the end. And we'll add another one of these. And we might add leaves. We may add leaves to the vines themselves. We can always do that later too. It's not a big deal. Easy addition. So I think another leaf right here, like that. Actually, let's do 3. We'll do 3 leaves. So we'll do 1, 2, and then 3rd one right there. Yeah. So this one comes out to the middle, just like the last one. Ah! There we go. Not a ghost. Good, good. Gotta check every now and then, make sure I'm not a ghost. There we go. Nice. Hey, again, if you haven't yet, like this video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you hit the little bell icon, you'll get notified when we come out with live streams, which we have been doing every week for, I think we're on our 40th, around our 40th live stream for the year. So just about every week, sometimes a couple times a week. It's been a lot this year. And we have no signs of stopping. There we go. All right, so we got 2 leaves there sewn on. Pretty good. I mean, just for example, I think we're gonna have this go like this, something like that. Something like that. And then we'll have this grabbing onto a piece of something it's trying to feed into its mouth. That's good. So yeah, we should do another leaf right here. It'll kind of close it up and finish it up. I gotta also say, the thing that I'm really liking about this pattern is that this really hasn't been that difficult to make. It's not that complicated of a crochet pattern. I mean, there's obviously a lot of sewing and stuff, but As far as crochet goes, pretty easy, which is always nice to have a nice, easier pattern to make. It looks complicated, but that's all because of like all these other little bits. The actual crochet about it, not too bad. Okay, we're going to this stitch here. It should be holding a skull. I agree, I think it should be holding a skull. And maybe have a limb coming out of the mouth or something. That's good. Go 1. And 2 is going to be like this. Great. Okay, cool. Cool. That looks super cool already. Loving it. How would the skull be able to grab in there? You know, I might be able to do actually. I mean, that looks awesome. It does definitely grab the skull. Like that. You know? Oh, that looks so cool. And then we put, I think it'd be better if we have something in its mouth. Like an arm or a leg. You know, we can make that afterwards though. Like already this is looking sick. This is looking awesome. All right, let's make you know what? Let's solidify. Let's finish up this pot part, stuff it, and then we'll make the pot itself with our purple and orange, and then we'll add any details afterwards. Sound good? Sound good. This is our 42nd live stream of the year. That's crazy. That's wild. Also, you know what? Let's do also. Let's see. If I did feet here. You know what? Let's undo a few stitches on this. Yeah. Here's what we're going to do. Just because this is just for you. No one is ever going to know about this other than you. How are they going to know? No one's going to know. 1, 2, 3. How many stitches between? 4. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this back just a few stitches. We're going to add some feet. And this is just for us. So we're going to put little tiny feet in this. You're not ever going to see the feet. The only people that are going to know that there's feet is going to be us. But I think it'll be a fun little secret for us. Ooh, a bat in the mouth. That could be kind of cool. Actually, I have, you know what? I could do a little bat. Hold on. We'll look at bats in a second too. But first, let's make these little feet. We're just going to add little tiny feet here that no one's going to know about but us by using bobble stitches. We're just replacing some of the single crochets with bobble stitches in our our last round of single crochets. And they're going to be 4 stitches away from each other. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this way, it's even more of a creature. I mean, we could even put a little face on the dirt if we want to. And a butt? Of course we should add a butt. Of course we should add a butt. Thank you, Cooper. Would be terrible if we forgot to add a butt. I mean, where else is it going to get rid of all the extra bones that it eats? This. Yes, we'll add a butt last. I actually don't think we need a face. I don't think we need one. Roots for feet? Oh, that would have been good. Oh well, I like these little feet. I don't think you'd be able to tell that the roots would be feet. I mean, but what I'm saying is, I think we could put a face right here. A little adorable face that you'll never know because it'll be in the pot. Maybe? Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Face or no face? On the bottom of the pot. Give it a bow tie? Maybe. I'll think about a bow tie. Bonjour, RGT. Ça va? Ça va bien? I'm going to start decreasing this down. I'm actually going to use... Yeah, we'll just use regular invisible decreases. Oh, busting out the pot itself. Interesting. So thinks we should not do a face. Pull it out of the pot. Yeah, I think we won't. We're not going to sew it into the pot. I think we'll just have it so you can take it out of the pot. I think that's smart. One there. And invisible decrease that down. Okay. Ghost Cam, thank you, Chirp. We're going to get on that right away. Good job. Thank you, Chirp. Nice and quick. Okay. Gosh, I kind of think we should add a face, you guys. You know what? Duh. You can vote. Let's see. Face or no face? There we go. Easy question. Should we add a face? Should we add a not a face? Not add a face. All right. While you were voting for that, we will... let's work on the pot. Oui! Ça va? Mon français, c'est pas bon. Je peux parler en français un peu, mais c'est pas bon. Not good. All right, so we're going to switch off purple and orange with the pot. I'm going to do a pot. I'm going to start the bottom of our pot with all orange. And then when we get to the I don't know what it'd be called, like the body of the pot, we're going to switch to purple. And we're going to switch purple and orange every round. So that way it's striped, purple and orange. I think that's going to look really, really good for this. 3. Oh, yeah, sure. 6. Dazzling action. Yes, I can show you how to do that. That's a very detailed question, but I can definitely show you. Dazzling action asked, could you show us how to do a multicolored bobble stitch, both vertically and horizontally? I wouldn't mind seeing that on one of the spooky ones, like as eyes or something in the dirt. Yeah, that's a good question. I will say doing multicolored bobble stitches is difficult, very difficult actually, but I would be happy to show you how I do it, and we will do that in just a moment. Is this on camera? Let's see, how are we doing? Is our piece on camera very much? Only a little bit. Here, we'll put this pumpkin here to help him stay upright. Okay, let's keep crocheting on. What about the jack-o'-lantern pot? Oh, right. That's right. You guys wanted to do a jack-o'-lantern face on the pot. Yeah, with purple, right? I think it's going to look so good just stripes, though. There's a fly. But I could do the jack-o'-lantern needle felt thing. It's just a lot more. First off, it's a lot more work, and second off, I'm just kind of thinking that purple and orange without the jack-o'-lantern face there might make this. I mean, it'll be very Halloween-y, but it might actually make this like not too Halloween-y where it'll be useful outside of Halloween. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And yeah, and people like the stripes idea more. Okay. Only striped. Yeah, I think I'm down for the only stripes thing. I just think it's like not only will it look cleaner, I think it'll be easier, and it will be more unique than anything we've made. Because we've made a lot of jack-o'-lantern stuff, but we haven't just done like stripes, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna make the executive decision and say no jack-o'-lantern face. Yeah. Hey, everybody in the chat, I super appreciate your feedback and your help with this. You guys are amazing. Legit, like, we're making what you want. Like, you guys made this happen fully. So that's, like, really cool. Yeah, I just think that's awesome. All right, so we're going to now do the bottom of this. So thank you all for the feedback, the ideas. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. This is so cool. Please show how you handle yarn. Sure, I can show you how I handle yarn, Pet's Tail. So when I'm using yarn, there's a lot of different ways to hold the yarn in the hook for crocheting. Most people, I find most people use the hook the way I'm currently using it, which I call the spoon method. No, wait. Yeah, I call this the spoon method because you're eating like, it's like you would use this spoon. I guess some people use a spoon like that, but that's crazy. And this is what I call the pencil method, which some people use the pencil method. I think it's really difficult to crochet with the pencil method like this, personally, but it's just not the best for amigurumi because you want to have more strength and dexterity. And then how I hold the yarn itself, there's actually that's a bunch of different ways to hold the yarn. Sometimes, especially when my fingers are hurting me, like if I've been crocheting so much, I'll do this. I'll wrap the yarn in and out, weaving it in and out of my fingers. So that way I can have like the grip a little bit easier. But usually when I'm holding the yarn, I actually just hold it in my bottom 3 fingers like this and just hold my 3 fingers in and then around my index finger like that. That's usually the way I handle my yarn. Hopefully that answers your question. Okay, now normally I would say just like you want to go into this top tier, but I kind of want to make this bottom of this really clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this yarn, pull it through. We're going to hide this end into the back of this next stitch, and then we're going to pull a new piece of purple through there, and then we're going to switch to purple. So we're going to go like this. No. Ugh. Fighting me. Hey, can someone confirm with me, does the holiday hooks kit come with, the holiday hooks kit doesn't come with this sage green, I don't think, does it? Or does it come with the sage green and the forest green? I know it comes with forest green because of the Christmas tree. I think it only comes with forest green though. All right. Okay, so now we need purple yarn. Luckily, I got it right here. Let's have some coffee, too. And now you can see what this purple / orange is going to look like. Wow, that's going to look really cool. And we'll chain one there. Start in the same stitch. And now I'm just going to single crochet all the way around with purple. Oh, you know what? I should have done it around this orange too. I'm going to do that. So that way we can lock both of these colors in place. It's only forest green. Okay, cool. Thank you, Cooper, for confirming that for me. I thought it was, but I wasn't very sure. Which means, I mean, technically you could make this with the holiday kit by using forest green instead of the sage green, but, you know, that's on you. That's up to you, how you want to do it. Oh, and then someone wanted to know how to do those bobble stitches too. That's right. Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll get to the bobble stitches in the next round, just so I can show you how they look. I told Jules before the stream, like, I have no idea what we're gonna make. Like, I have no idea what the chat's gonna want me to make. I just know it's gonna be fun, and she's gonna be like, whoa, this is way cool. I can just, you know, I can just tell. Okay, actually, I want to crochet around the orange yarn for this last stitch. Okay. So that, around the orange, and then we're going to slip stitch here, purple, like that, and then we'll switch over to orange. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and do a few stitches here in orange just to get us started, but let me show you, here, I'll just do like 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm gonna end up undoing this next one, but this is for whoever asked about the bobble stitches. Here's how to do bobble stitches. Oh, by the way, Marta, here's what we're doing. We're making a Halloween themed like Venus flytrap eating like a man eating Venus flytrap. So we're gonna have like this little skull is gonna be in the arm here. We're gonna have a little body part coming out of the head. And its pot is going to be red or orange and purple, so it's going to look very spooky. It's going to look very spoopy. Yeah. Okay. So this is how I do bobble stitches in different colors for you dazzling action, I think. All right. So first off, you want to finish your last stitch with the new color in between like this. And there's a bunch of different ways to do this. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to do a vertical stripe in the center of the bobble stitch. There's a bunch of different ways. Again, basically, you want to have both of these yarns in place, and whenever you yarn over with one, you're going to change colors that way. So whatever you yarn over in the center, if you look at this bobble stitch here, see this part? This part right here is the yarn over part. Here, maybe I'll use a different color here. So this part right here is the yarn over part. This part down here is the go into the stitch and pull through, and this last part right here is the yarn over and pull through 2 part. So if you change the colors at any point in that, it's going to change the colors there. So for example, if I yarned over with purple when I'm doing it right here, it's going to create a center kind of stripe with purple. And the bottom's going to be orange and the top's going to be orange. If I wanted to make the vertical stripe a different color, then I do the first part with orange, then the second part with purple, then the last part with orange. So let's do that. Let's do a vertical stripe because it's a little bit more clear and easy. Honestly, it's a little easier to do than the horizontal stripe. So for that, I would start the process of doing our bobble stitch normal with orange, yarn over, go into the next stitch and yarn over and pull through. Then yarn over and pull through 1 and 2. Then I'm going to switch to purple, so I'm going to yarn over with purple, then go into the next stitch here, yarn over and pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2 with purple, 1 and 2. Then I'm going to switch back over to orange, yarn over with orange, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 1 and 2. So now the center of my bobble stitch is going to be purple, and the outside is going to be orange. And when I yarn over with orange and pull through all the stitches, you'll kind of see that in action. That is how a great way to make an eyeball, actually, so that the center of the eye is black and the outside is like yellow or something. So it looks like a cat eye or something. But that's kind of how it looks with a vertical stripe. And then the horizontal stripe looks a little different. It's a little less clean, actually, is the horizontal stripe. Okay, so that's I think as much detail as I really want to go into right now, dazzling action. If you have more questions about how to do a bobble stitch, I actually do have a tutorial that you can find at clubcrochet.com/BO. The letters B and then O. That is going to be my tutorial that goes into detailed instructions on how to make a bobble stitch and how to do different color changes throughout that bobble stitch. Okay, well, let's get back to our crocheting. I'm going to continue making our pot here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an increase. 1, 2, and then I do that 3 times around. Jimbo is doing good. He's doing very good. He's finally got his cone off. He's got a lot of energy. He's very excited that he's free from the cone. And honestly, he's looking great. I'm really happy with it. Like, he's doing great. Thank you for asking, Tina. By the way, if you didn't know what Tina was talking about, Jimbo is my cat. I have a cat named, his actual name is Jiminy Cricket, but we don't really call him Jiminy Cricket. We call him Jimbo. 4, 5, and then our last increase right here. 1, and the purple in between. 2. Okay, we slip stitch in orange to connect it, switch back over to purple, and crochet around that orange for 1 stitch. There we go. All right, so now we're on to round 7, where we increased up to 21. Yeah. How many fish do I have? I actually don't have any fish. I only have cats. We've got cats and a bunch of spiders. This place is covered in spiders. There you go. Look at this. This stripe is going to look really cute. I think this is going to look really like a nice little custom pot. Cooper, if you have the time to do that, go for it. I totally understand if you don't, though, Cooper. But I would appreciate it. I'm not going to lie. It would be very helpful if you could go back and write down the pattern. But again, you don't really have to. In fact, I could probably explain the pattern right now verbally to you if you'd like. It might make it a little easier for you. So I'll go ahead and do that. So Cooper, here is, and for whoever else is interested in crocheting this later, here is the techniques that I've done in this pattern to make it happen. The Venus flytrap top, we're going to call it that, the top of the Venus flytrap, was made by starting with a magic loop. Round 1, I single crocheted 6 times into a magic loop. Round 2, I increased up from 6 to 12 by increasing in each stitch around. For round 4, I increased up to 18 stitches by doing a single crochet into the first stitch and then an increase into the next, repeated 6 times around. That was round 3. Round 4, I increased up to 24 stitches by doing 2 single crochets and then an increase, repeated 6 times around to get up to 24 stitches. And then I started doing the teeth. For the teeth, I did a slip stitch into the first stitch, and then I chained 2 and pulled tight. Then I repeated that 10 times in a row. I repeated that 10 times in a row, and then I slip stitched an extra stitch to make a little gap in between where the teeth are. And then I repeated that again. So I did 10 more teeth and then slip stitched 1 at the end to keep a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do an increase here. Okay, after doing all those teeth, I cut the yarn, pull through, and hid the end in. I also tried to seam it together so that the mouth would lay like more, I turn it into a little taco. I fold it in half and then I seamed together it slightly just to keep it sewn together. And so that's how we made the top of our Venus flytrap. To make the vine, I pulled a pipe cleaner through the very center of the Venus flytrap and through an adjacent stitch near the center of the Venus flytrap. And then I twisted it together all the way to leaving about an inch left over on the bottom of the pipe cleaner. After after winding these two ends of our after winding the pipe cleaner together, I then wrapped it all in yarn, which is going to be a little difficult to explain in the written instructions. I'm not really sure how to best say that, but I wrapped around the entire pipe cleaner using green yarn to cover it with green yarn and to give it a little bit more thickness. And then I attached it to the dirt patch on the bottom. The dirt and the pot can both be pulled from the cactus patterns, so you don't really need to do any writing for that part. The last thing is the leaves that I added to the bottom of the plant. For the leaves, I did a what did I do for the leaves? I did a magic loop. And then into the magic loop, I did 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 single crochet, a mini picot, a single crochet, a half double crochet, and then a single crochet. And then I did 1 slip stitch into the center of the magic loop as well before cutting the end, pulling the magic loop tight, and hiding the end back into the center so that the two tail ends from the bottom of the start of the magic loop and the end can be used for sewing into or over the vines after attaching it to the pot. Am I missing anything, guys? And then obviously there's like the tiny skull pattern that we could add to that. There's the pot pattern. I think that's everything. If you're in the chat right now and you remember, then let me know if I'm missing anything at all. But I think actually that is it. I think that's it. By the way, look at how cool this pot looks. It's looking awesome. I'm going to undo this. And instead, I'm just going to switch straight over to orange. Like these. And then with slip stitching. Front loops. And we'll probably end up hiding this end in, so I'm just going to cut it. I'll leave a little bit of a longer end so there's something to hide in. But that's the purple. How long have I been crocheting? Good question. I've been crocheting, I believe, for 18 years now. 17 or 18 years. Since high school. And I've been doing it pretty much professionally ever since I started. I started crocheting and selling things at events early on. I got into pattern writing a lot in college. And then made Club Crochet in 2016. Which is, when it became my full-time job. Ooh, Sarah J asks, how do I do a clean color change? Very good question. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to do color changes. I think that actually probably the best tutorial I can give you, Sarah, is instead of showing you live on camera, because, there's a lot of different ways and it depends on what kind of crochet you're doing. I suggest you check out my video tutorial where I go into depth about color changes. You can find it at clubcrochet.com/color2, COLOR, and then the number 2. I believe that'll be probably the best tutorial for you for color changes, because it'll show you a few different ways to do color changes, why I do some ways other than others, and just goes into detail about how a single crochet works. I think that's probably the best advice I can give you right now, instead of just showing you actually live on camera. Okay, so I'm gonna hide this purple end in here. And again, by the way, Sarah, the only reason I don't have anything to like really show you it right now. I'd have to like have something like half made to show you, and right now, because of where we're at in this pattern, it's just not gonna work out. And I'm actually just about done with the crocheting of our whole pattern anyhow, so. Okay, we got a cute little pot. We're gonna hide this end in too. Respect, Fats. Respect. One, two, and then into there. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so now we're going to hide this end in. And it looks like I already pretty much hid the other tail end in. So let's hide this end in here. Just a couple stitches. It doesn't really need to be hidden that bad. And then we'll just cut these close. Like that. It's pretty good. Okay. So now we got our pot. We've almost got our Venus flytrap done, actually. Let's add our... Well, it depends. Do you guys want a face or not? Oh, hey, I'm a ghost. Cool, good timing. Boom, fixed. Okay. Did you want me to add a face or not? Oh, you did want a face. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and add a face to our piece. I'm going to use... I think I'll use 6mm eyes. If I can find them. Hey there. By the way, we only have about I think we have 10 more of these eyes available in the shop. So if you're curious and you want to get a bottle of eyes like this, we have them available. And in the new year, we're going to be restocking these as well as a bunch of other stuff in the shop. So, be patient with me. All right, I think I'm just gonna add a cute little face, like he's so innocent. Like it's such an innocent little Venus flytrap that would never hurt anybody. And I think we're gonna go like right here with one eye, so it's really low face. And then the mouth would go from right there to right there, and then the other eye would go right here. Would that be too far away though? That is pretty low on the face. You know what? Actually, we'll do one stitch over. I just really like the idea of making it look like, oh, I'm so innocent. I would never hurt a fly. That's exactly what you would hurt. Okay, we need a little bit of black yarn. Just a wee bit of black yarn. Or actually, we just need black thread. Oh, here. I can use this yarn. I'm going to split this in half. Rat! Fats and rats. Rat, does this channel do plushie tutorials? Yes, every pattern that we have actually can be turned into a plushie. You just need to use plushie yarn. It's basically any amigurumi can be turned into a plushie if you just use bigger yarn. So I'm thinking just like this, like really adorably simple little smile, like nothing's wrong. I wouldn't do anything. I think this is the silliest idea for our face, is just to keep it simple. Let's see though. Go around this. Back into the center like this. Like that. Give it a little itty bitty smile. Right? Do we like that? I think I really like that. I keep it simple. It's cute. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Hey, Saturn lover, thank you so much. I also like Saturn. Saturn's a very cool planet. Perhaps one of the patterns that we might finish up in our seasonal refresher is the Saturn pattern. We made a Saturn crochet pattern in the space season, but I just never finished it. I never made a video tutorial for it. And that's kind of the point of these seasonal refreshers, is to use them to kind of like update patterns and add things in. Pop that in there. Oh my gosh, your cat is fighting her shadow. That's so cute. I love that. Ah, there we go. Pop that in there. Nice. Okay, now what we need to do, because see, this is going to go in here like that. Once I have it stuffed up, I'll shove it into this pot. But we need to add stuffing, and we need to do another round, and then we need to add a nickel. Actually, a few nickels into it to give it some weight. So we're going to start by just adding some stuffing. Just so it's a little easier to add stuffing now. And then, ooh, 15 millimeter crochet hook and some big yarn. That's going to be fun, Cooper. Some giant ghosts. And then for this last round, I'm going to do a sharp decrease. Normally I do an invisible decrease here, but we're just going to do a sharp decrease, which is basically like a slip stitch two together. So normally when I do decreases, I use invisible decreases by going into the front loops only of the next two stitches. But for what I'm doing right now, a sharp decrease, I go into the next stitch, all the way into the next stitch, not into the back loop. Full stitch, yarn over, pull a loop through. Then I go into the next stitch here, yarn over again, pull that second loop through, and then pull that second loop through the two on the hook. And it kind of makes a slip stitch two together. So it pulls it really sharp into like a really flat bottom, which is extremely helpful for if you want your piece to like stand up straight and you don't have to worry about someone looking at the bottom of your piece, which no one's going to be looking at the bottom of this, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to cut it close-ish, pull it all the way through. I need to stuff it up a little bit more and then add a nickel. And then we can add any details that we want on our piece. But we're almost done, actually, which is pretty crazy. We can add a little bat and stuff in. Well, we'll have a little fun at the end of it. Okay, is that enough stuffing? No, it is not. We'll add a little bit more. Okay. All right, I think that's probably enough stuffing. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then we just want to add some nickels in the bottom of it before I stuff it closed. The only reason I do this last part is because I want it to be weighed down a little bit more. That's the way it'll sit up a little easier. Okay. I got a penny. I don't really usually use pennies, but nickels are the cheapest way to add weight is what I found. It is like, I looked at a bunch of different options for weight and stuff, and it's actually cheaper just to not even buy nickels, just use nickels. It's cheaper than actually adding weight because it weighs heavier than the weight that you could purchase. Okay, and that should help us sit up a little bit straighter, especially once we're in a pot with a solid bottom. And then I'm just going to sew this closed. Yeah, putting value in the piece, exactly. Pull that tight. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, we'll pull it nice and tight. Close it up. Go back down into the center. And then I'm just going to come out through somewhere on the side. Oh, we got to add a butt too. Almost forgot. Cut that close. And we'll use this extra thread here to add a little butt crack. For butt crack, I usually just thread a little extra yarn on a needle. I'll go in through an adjacent stitch somewhere on the side, like right here, and come out through wherever I want the top of the butt to be. Maybe through the center of this stitch actually might be perfectly centered on the back. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I'll leave a little bit left over here. We're going to go all the way back down to the very center and then out through where the other end is. That way we can double knot these two together. And then I just pull it really tight now. Really tight and double knot it together. So 1 and 2. And it'll pull that back into a butt. and leave a little black line for where the crack is. So good, so good. Okay, so there's our butt. Let's put it into our pot. The best way to put it in the pot is going to be feet first, like this, and then wiggle it in. And no one's going to even know that there's a face in there. Should be fun. And look at that. It sits up really, really well. And now we can kind of make the Venus flytrap part a little bit cuter. So first thing we want to do is I want this Venus flytrap to be a little lower. So I'm going to kind of twist it a little bit more. Like this. And we'll have it be like open like that. Yeah, that's good. And this one we can make it a little straighter. I probably should have made this top one a little bit more, this other part of the trap a little bit more longer, but whatever, we didn't. Like that. And then we can put a skull in the hand here that we made at the very beginning of this video. This. Okay, guys, I think like basically that's done. Right? It's essentially finished. But, however, we want to add maybe a little bit of something in the mouth here. Right? I also want to change this slightly over so you can see the eye, so you can tell it's a skull. That looks really cool though. Okay, let's do let's do a so I like the idea of doing a little shoe. That is funny. Or doing a, let's see if I can do an arm. Let's give it a shot. I think if I was going to do an arm, we'll do a jute and red. I'll use red for the, we'll use jute. We'll go from the top bottom. So we're going to start with a magic loop in jute. I don't know if this is going to work. We're making this definitely up on the fly. So a magic loop in jute. And I'm going to do... You know what? This is going to be fun. A single crochet. And then a... And then a mini picot. Let's try this. Like that. One. We're going to do that 3 times. Single crochet, mini picot, 2, one more time, and mini picot. 3. Okay. Let's do another single crochet. And then one more single crochet. And then we're going to do another mini picot. And let's do another single crochet. And then we'll pull this tight, like that. And then we'll do, so these are going to be the fingers, you see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we're just going to do a single crochet starting in the first stitch made. We're going to do a single crochet in the first one. We're going to skip the mini picot, do a single crochet in the next stitch right here. We want to make sure that the mini picot is on the outside of our piece though. I don't know if this is really going to work. I think it might work. Skip the mini picot, do another single crochet, keep the mini picot on the outside. Like that. And then skip the mini picot, single crochet, keep the mini picot on the outside. I don't know if this is gonna work. It might. and then another single crochet, and then another one, skipping the mini picot on the outside, like that. It kind of looks like a hand, especially if I pulled it in more. And you know, it might have looked like a hand more if I made this round an increase round instead. No. Oh, a tongue. That's right. That's right, Zoe. That's a good idea. I forgot about that part. We'll do that too. But let's start by. You know what we're gonna do. Actually, one. You know what? We're gonna undo some of these stitches here in the hand. And we're going to change this to being an increase here and an increase there. So this stitch is going to be an increase. So that's one single crochet and then one increase repeated. So like that. And then another increase after that. And maybe this will have the fingers, like, help the fingers point inwards a little bit more than out. That. Then the rest can be single crochet, maybe. 1, 2, 1 single there, and another single here, keeping the mini picot on the inside. Okay. I mean, I could do 2 increases here too, though. I mean, honestly, just a hand kind of is funny too. Just like this. A hand like that. Does it look like a hand even? I don't know if it even looks like a hand. Whatever, let's do a round of single crochets and we'll go from there. I might actually just close it up after that arm though. I could have just made these actually just a round of single crochets in red. And then the arm, then it was just like, just a hand that he had in his mouth instead of a whole arm. And one more here. That. It's a fat arm now. I don't know. I don't know. Do we like the hand? I'm not sure if I like it. I mean, if it was like right here, it just doesn't really... It just feels like awkward. I'm going to cut this, and I might do it. I'm going to think of. Let me think about this more, and slash chat. Let me know what you think about the hand idea. In the meantime, while you guys are figuring that out, let's make a tongue like Zoe said. For a tongue. Pink or purple for a tongue? Let's try a pink one first, and then if we don't like pink, we'll go to purple. And for the tongue is going to be actually, I think, pretty easy. We're just going to do a long chain. 5, 10. How long do we want this tongue to be? I think we want it long enough where it can be like licking the skull, you know, like that. That's pretty good. 10. Let's go 11 and 12. So I did chain 12 to start the tongue. I'm going to skip 2 chains and slip stitch 1 into the 3rd right here. We're going to work in the back loops of these chains. So there's 1. We're going to do 1 more slip stitch into the next stitch over right here. And we want to make this a forked tongue, so we're going to chain 1, 2, 3. We'll skip the first chain and slip stitch into the back loop of the next 2. Is that right? I don't know. Let's see. Let's try slip stitch in there. We'll slip stitch here. That. And then we'll just start slip stitching back down the back loops of the chains. So it'll make a little forked tongue. That's kind of creepy. I love it. And then I don't think we actually need to put any wire in the tongue. I think the tongue will be able to hold its shape pretty well. And I guess we'll just slip stitch down the tongue. Maybe we could do a single crochet at the very end. But I think because it's using cotton, it'll just hold its shape. I'm hoping, at least. It'll just hold its shape a little bit better. Yeah, I think the tongue actually is going to be the last thing that we're going to add. I just don't like the hand. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know, it just kind of, it doesn't help as much as it. Oh, wait, we might want to do shoes. That's right. Do I want to do a single at the bottom? Yeah, we'll do a single crochet at the very bottom there. And I'm just going to chain 1, cut and pull it through. We're going to hide this end in. We sew it onto the face. But this should be long enough for our tongue. Pinch it like that. Okay, let's see. So if I put this right here, then it's got a long tongue, long creepy tongue, like that. And we can make it like kind of like barely touching the skull, like it's like licking it. I mean, that looks pretty creepy, I think. It definitely adds a creep factor. Let's do it. Okay. So this needs to be sewn in the inside of the mouth, which is going to be a little tough. No doubt. Just because it's already like all sewn in, I don't really want to have this sticking out on the outside, so we need to make it we need to be somewhat subtle with it. Subtle sewing. So I'm just going to go through these two here. Start like that. And then we'll do the other side opposite way. That. And pull that tight. So 1, pull tight. 2, pull tight. And then we're just going to double knot these together and hide these ends in. 1 and 2. And then I'll just hide, I guess the way we'll hide these in is I'm just going to go into the back of the tongue and then hide up the tongue. There. Back like that. Yeah, nice. That actually hit in pretty well. And I'll just hide this into, like, honestly, like just really one stitch like this. Just need it to be hidden on the inside slightly. Cut that close. Was that too close? Perhaps. We'll find out. And then the other end, we need to do the same with the other side. In through this side. Yeah, that hides it pretty good. And then up through just a few stitches. Looks like that cut close was actually a bad move on the last tail end. Oh well. We can fix it. Okay. There's our tongue sewn in. Fold this in half to make sure it's actually looks like the right thing. And let's fix this a little bit. I want that to be over. So it's more like this. Nice. Like that. Okay. A little bend. Put this in its mouth. And I think that's going to be it for us today. What do you guys think? I honestly do not think it needs anything else. I think we're good. As far as like design goes, I think I'm happy with this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I think like adding anything else is just going to add more, you know, like I don't think we need anything else. I think it's just perfect as is. What do we think, guys? Oh, I'm a ghost. Haha. There we go. Yeah, what do we think, guys? Looks pretty good. I'm ghost now. Yeah? We happy? I think we're happy with this. This looks awesome. I think this looks so cool. My gosh. I mean, for an impromptu pattern, right? Not too bad. Hey, if you like this video, like it down below. Prove it. Because I think this deserves a like. Personally. That I'm pretty stoked on this. Look at it from all the angles. And obviously there's a little tiny face right here. We know it. Right? I think it's done, son. Yep, I agree, Fats. I think it's pretty good. Oh, I'm so stoked. That's so cool. Yes! That is great. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of this. What a great impromptu pattern. It's actually pretty heavy because of all those nickels too. It holds up like really, really well. And honestly, like the camera doesn't do it justice. Here, actually, you know what? Let me move the camera slightly so I can kind of show you it more. Look at how cool it looks. It looks really cool from the angle, from like angled down like this. That is way cool, dude. Oh, I love it. That's great. Great job. Does it have a name? Oh, good question. I don't think we do have a name for it. Any suggestions in the chat? Let me know. Okay, guys, let me go through some last little, like, things before we get going today. Oh, that looks so cool. That looks so cool. Okay. So the first thing is, if you like this video, please like it down below. Subscribe to the channel. We did hit our goal today. We actually almost doubled our goal. So we are going to do a giveaway next live stream. So next Thursday, next Friday at 3 p.m. We're going to be live again. I don't know what we're going to be making, but we'll be making something. So I'll see you next Friday. And I'll let you know then. If you want to make sure that you don't miss those live streams, by the way, just all you need to do is hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and then you'll get notified when we come out with live streams. And the website, by the way, the website is clubcrochet.com. And then if you go clubcrochet.com/Halloween, you'll find all the Halloween themed patterns. I'm going to add this pattern as a preview pattern on the website, and hopefully I'll get it finished up with a video tutorial ASAP. But I think this was a pretty good start. What other questions? What other things I want to say? We'll be live next week. Oh, check out the new pattern. If you haven't yet, get the new skull pattern. Looks like this. I mean, it looks like that, but looks like this right here. We made it in the beginning of the video. This pattern's really cool. It's only 40 stitches long, so it's really easy and quick to make, and it's totally free. You can find it right here at clubcrochet.com/Halloween. You can also find it on my YouTube channel, and if you check out the video tutorial on the YouTube channel, please give it a like. It's the only way that the YouTube algorithm really notices my patterns. So go ahead and give these videos a like. There's a short and a video tutorial itself for this video, for this pattern. It's really cool. If you want to check out more Amigurumi Halloween themed patterns, there's also a little tiny candy corn on the website. There's a little tiny ghost. And then I have just a bunch of other miscellaneous Halloween themed patterns, like little vampires and skulls and let's see what else. Here's a giant candy corn. Of course, we've got pumpkins on the site too. So yeah, there's a bunch of different Halloween themed patterns. Make them while you can. And yeah, thank you guys so much again for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next week. Pasta la pizza. Happy hooking. And let's see. I guess that's about it. Oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. Oh my gosh. You're making me blush, actually? Actually, it'd be more polite maybe if you hung up first this time. Actually, maybe you could hang up first. Oh, wow. That's really cute. That's really awesome. You hang up first, though. Oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Bye.